guys, this is Jacob, and this is my Read Data Frameworks assignment using PHP, MySQL, and CodeIgniter. Here you are seeing my application. I've added a new table in my application to my database, called News. And here I am pulling the title of the article, and I'm pulling some information, the content about the news article. We can take a look at Coda. I'm using the get news function. First off, this is my news model. I'm using a construct function that loads my database, and I'm using the function get news and using the query to equal the table news, and then returning the results of that query. Here this query states where to get and the arrays in it to pass it by the slugs. We have the function for view, and it says, it creates this error. If not, if it's empty, then show the 404 error. If not, then load the view. And we have the set view function. In our views, this is set up to echo the title as an H2, and then echo the text. In the routes, we're passing the routes for the URLs, so that when the links are clicked, you are taken to the article by ID. Here is my controller, news controller. It extends the CodeIgniter controller and has a construct function, a pair construct function, and this load model. And it's telling CodeIgniter to load my news model. And then we have our index function that's going to load the news and titles, and it's going to load our templates that I've created, my header template plus the data, the news index plus the data, and the template footer. And we'll have the just by the article view, it'll load the article by this slug, which is primary key in my database. We're not doing it by ID per se, we're pulling it by a slug. And here is a create function that I've written so that we can create news within the site, and I can perform that now. And create. I'm taken to a success page, and if I refresh this page, there is my new news. I can also go to my database, and as I refresh that, you'll see that my news has been added, and here is the slug that we're referring to. Overall, I had a little difficulty with the CSS, loading the CSS properly. As you can tell, I got the CSS to load on my news page by doing just a standard link, and the type is text CSS in my header file. But when I click on the create, for some reason it does not include my CSS file. Another problem I ran into was getting the links to to work together. Say here I am on the create page. If I click I enjoy, I was hoping to get it to go back to the news page. Instead, what it's done, it has added news again up here. Not sure why. Don't believe me. Believe me when I say I haven't given up on myself, and I'm gonna keep pushing forward to learn this. But wasn't really sure why I couldn't, set my URLs up properly to go back to the news when you click on that. Instead, it gives a misdirect. But looking forward to learning a lot more about frameworks in the future and putting them into my development workflow. Thanks, guys.